that's your basic. I wanted to say brief, but I've been talking about these characters for almost 20 minutes now. That's an overview from a fighting game character archetype perspective on the cast for them's Fightin Herds. I would say if you're a new person who heard people talking about this game and decided to pick it up and are not sure where to start, one, I would say do the tutorial because, well, I haven't done the tutorial, I jumped in, but I've got a decent amount of experience playing fighting games, so it wasn't like starting from ground zero. But if you don't play a lot of fighting games, them's Fightin Herds has a pretty robust tutorial system to explain the gameplay mechanics. And once you do that and get a feel for just navigating the interface of the game, I recommend just trying every character. Look at their move list, see how they play, see how they move, and see which one has a style that fits your personal preferences, and then just start practicing. AI matches, go online. The lobbies are still fairly populated. I haven't had issues getting into a lobby and just getting quick matches with tons of people. People are pretty friendly. And overall, it's just kind of a game to experiment with and see. The devs are always working on things, and at some point, once the level 3 supers are implemented in the game, I'll be sitting down with the entire cast again to go through all of the specifics with that. But hopefully that serves as kind of an introduction primer for someone who's coming at this completely fresh, and especially someone who's new to fighting games. But now we can continue with the actual lab time session. Based on the characters I've learned to play so far, with my main, like I said, we have a mix of keep away and zoning and some traps. My secondary, who's primarily a rushdown and somewhat distance control, but for the most part brawler type character. And when I was thinking about who to learn next and who would be one of the least intuitive characters to play besides Palm, I decided I'm going to learn Paprika. Having gotten my rear handed to me many times by some impressively skilled players, this character has a tool set that I think I want to figure out. I mentioned before that I'm very much not a charge character person, but I know that's not the core component of her gameplay. Some of her moves are charge based, but I don't think that's really going to hamper my ability to learn how to play her, because just based on her combo potential, I like what I've seen. So we're going to jump in, and the point of the lab time session today will be to try and figure out some things with Paprika and start the path of learning a new character. Which color do I want to take? Seems like she has slightly less palettes than some of the other characters. Like Arizona's got a million colors. It's a nice color. I was thinking about picking this one, but I keep playing the Milk Pool color palette for Arizona, and this one looks a little bit similar. We'll switch it up. We'll go for Zesty.
Paprika.
It's a nice touch when you select the character. She slowly looks at the camera and starts breathing heavier as she's getting ready to hunt you down and hug you. I'm curious to see what they do with this character's story mode, because they explain nothing, at least in the first set of chapters, about where she came from and why she's so unusual.
Arizona.
I'll make you proud, Pa.
But for the lab session here, because I haven't done anything with this character in probably a year and a half, what I want to do is take a look at all of her normal attacks, all of her special attacks, and then start experimenting with combos. Depending on how long that takes, I don't know how much of her item-based stuff I'm going to look into, because her items function in specific ways, but there's not a whole lot of mechanics around the items themselves. With basic movement, Paprika's fairly mobile on the ground. She's one of the characters that has a dash. I know Arizona is one of the other ones that has a persistent dash if you just double tap and hold forward. You get this sort of Looney Tunes animation of her running. She doesn't have a double jump. She can short hop, something that I'm not very good at, by doing a quick input at a diagonal. She will short hop towards the enemy, which is something that Arizona has as well. For normals, her light normal is a simple smack. Comes out pretty fast. Fairly short range. Paprika's got somewhat long limbs. Seems like that's a good combo opener. Short range poke. For medium, oh, that's a medium. I'm used to seeing this a lot. Is a sort of forward thrusting head smack with her fur sort of flying around her in a way. Also comes out fairly fast. Combos pretty quick, pretty easily from the light. And our heavy is a butt thrust. That has a decent distance too. But I don't think it technically moves her forward. Let's see. Oh, it does move her forward. I thought it was returning her to her initial spot, but if you look at where her feet are in comparison to that thing on the floor, after using her heavy, she moves forward a little bit. Low normals. Low light is a lick. Or no, that's a poke. Quick range poke, just like your standing one. Low medium, that's the lick. 2 hits. Comes out pretty quick. Low heavy is sort of thrusting drop kick. That looks like it moves forward as well. Yeah. Her heavies have a little bit of forward carry, which is interesting. Seems like that could be used to be effective as far as making sure you're in range for her attacks. Command normals. Let's see if she's got a command light. Yes. Standing light is the poke. Forward light is the kiss. And I think this is anti-air. I'm fairly positive I've been stuffed by this trying to jump in at people. I don't know. Be worth tinkering around with as far as if someone is jumping at you. Because that comes out so quickly, I'd be curious to see if that beats Tianhuo's jumping overhead. Let's see. No forward command normal for her medium. Still the same head thrust. For heavy. Forward heavy is this thrusting attack that has her sort of pulling her fur forward. And you get a decent amount of forward carry on that as well. Let's see, what was that, a throw? Huh. All I did there was heavy, forward heavy, and then heavy again. Is that an auto combo? What is that? Free t-shirt. Yeah, it's an auto combo. Forward, C your heavy. Forward, heavy, heavy, heavy. Interesting. So if you lock someone down, you get a free auto combo, but can you launch off of it is the question. Doesn't look like it. Her launcher, which is down forward heavy, is this sort of explosion attack. Comes out fairly quick, but like all launchers, it's pretty unsafe on block. If the enemy blocks or is blocking and you throw a launcher, you're going to be vulnerable. That is probably one of my worst habits in games like this that involve a launcher system. I tend to have a bit of muscle memory when it comes to combos. I'll be used to throwing a launcher after initial combo strings with the assumption I'm going to land it. But if the enemy is blocking the first couple hits of the combo, I've been trying to train myself to not just throw the launcher automatically, because that has gotten me opened up many times, especially towards the beginning, where I would go in for the combo, the enemy would just block, hit 1, hit 2, and then launcher, and then I'd be a sitting duck. Against the faster characters, that's pretty much instant death. But we can look at our jumping normals. Jumping light looks like a 2-hit slap with both her four legs, hands. Jumping medium is this sort of puffball move that comes out fairly quickly. And the one you saw me do in that real quick launcher combo, jumping heavy, I have gotten hit by that so many times. That looks like an incredibly useful move in the air. And it can be short hopped, which is probably going to be something that I need to figure out how to do. I wonder if you can combo into the t-shirt combo post launcher. She needs some sort of hit to restand the enemy after they come down, though. Maybe low? Low light? Low light forward. Let's see. Oh, I wonder if you can use that as a combo extender to the kiss. I see some potential there. But I think if you're not fighting the AI, I want to say the characters can probably recover and flip out of that combo, but that kiss comes out so quickly. I guess we can test against the AI later and see what kind of reaction time the enemy has as far as being vulnerable enough for that to work. Look at her special attacks, which are, some of them are charge moves. Cartwheel, hold back, forward attack. Light version is this, I think that's low. And like all charge type moves, and it's not something I'm terribly good at, even though I played old school Killer Instinct, you can buffer the inputs for the charge while you're doing other attacks. And what I mean by that is, if I'm hitting light medium, I can be holding back while I'm hitting light medium, and then hit forward for the final charge, final input of the charge while I'm in combo. And that's a pretty handy skill to have in general, but you don't have to just go for the full charge back to forward in a vacuum. You can be buffering in the back forward charge while you're doing other things. And I've seen people do that pretty effectively. It'll take some practice, because that's not something I'm terribly used to doing. If we're doing a jump in, yeah. Her back forward medium is that uppercut looking one. Fairly quick 2 hits. And I want to say this is the one I see people using in combos more. But it seems like chaining it's a little bit tricky. And the lick serves as a pretty good combo extender as well, from the looks of it. And the heavy back forward, that is the overhead sort of flying elbow or rolling elbow. That comes out decently fast, and I don't know how effective of a combo ender it serves. I guess if you just buffer the inputs, just like all the other ones, it's pretty good damage. I get the feeling Paprika mains are always holding back while they're doing different moves, just to have her cartwheel stocked and ready, either the light, medium, or hard. Her throw is that sort of hug thing that pops the enemy over her. Looks like it always goes in front of her. If you hit back and throw, it'll pop them the other way. Jumping heavy seems like it's pretty good for extending hits coming in. Jumping in heavy doesn't seem like it's that big of a risk. Let's see. Is it effective to go jump in and then go for the light cartwheel? Oh. Huh. You can jump cancel out of the t-shirt combo. Okay, alright. I was wrong. You can't use it as sort of a pseudo launcher. Oh, that's dangerous. I like the way that looks. Comboing into it coming off the ground seems like it's a bit tougher to do, but the fact that you can open up someone and then pop them up without using her slightly slower launcher, that's interesting. I think that could be a useful tool. And her low lick, the low medium, seems like it's pretty good for scooping people off the ground as they're coming back down from a combo string. The real question is, how do you string in her charge moves on top of all these crazy combo hits? Oh, there you go. Okay. I guess holding back is going to need to become a habit if I'm going to learn how to play this character properly. Yeah, there we go. What I was doing was, as I was coming back down out of the combo, I had back already stocked, so once I had a couple hits on the ground, I could follow up with the medium, the double uppercut. Let's see, her down up charge is the screen teleport, right? Oh, excuse me, it's forward back. Both of her charge type inputs are either back forward or forward back. If you do forward back light, she runs backwards and comes out in the same spot. If you do forward back medium, that was the heavy. Forward back medium, she comes out on the other side, And forward back heavy is an actual attack coming in as an, I believe, overhead. And of course that's comboable. Okay, now the combos that I've been getting nailed with online are starting to make a little more sense. I'd be curious to see if people go for the t-shirt combo more or her standard launcher. Because if you have all the hits of the t-shirt combo, I think that's faster.